Hey, everybody. Welcome to the After Sermon Podcast. Is that what we're calling it? Welcome to the Clovis Hills Podcast.
Thank you.
You got Pastor Sean over here, and had a great message this weekend. We're kind of doing a little in between acts sermon here, and yesterday was when it hurts.
Yeah, where does it hurt?
Where does it hurt? Where does it hurt? Looking at 1 Peter.
Yeah. So we're in this series called I Can't Even. And last week we talked about rest, how important rest is, and how Jesus he's the rest beneath your rest, right?
Yeah.
So this week, wanted to talk about pain, because I think a big part of the problems in our culture and in our society is people doing whatever it takes to avoid pain in their life.
Right.
That is still going to be there. And usually what happens is there's two types of pain. There's pain that leads to more pain because it's senseless and hopeless. Right. And we do stupid things to numb it, and or other people hurt us as they're doing that. Or there's pain that I call good suffering.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that was a great point in your message. And I thought another great point of the message was the fact that we're going to experience pain. You can't avoid it. And yet somehow in our society, we've built this idea that we can somehow either eliminate it or avoid it with medical stuff, whether or a drug or a shopping spree or anything. But we can't. There's just no way to get around it.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's like in our culture, anxiety is a big thing.
Yeah.
Right? And people are like, I have anxiety. I take marijuana for my anxiety. I take this for my anxiety.
Right.
Anxiety is actually a natural thing that your brain does when it hurts.
Yeah.
So maybe stop and figure out what's making it hurt.
Right.
Rather than just medicating it. It's like having a broken arm and not having it set again.
Exactly.
And just going, well, I'll just take stuff for the pain.
Yeah.
And then your hand doesn't work.
Anxiety is a byproduct of the pain that you're going through. And so don't just deal with the anxiety, deal with what's creating the anxiety in you.
Yeah.
And usually that's deep work to do.
Right. So I have friends, right? So they'll be like, I have anxiety. So they smoke lots of weed.
Yeah.
And then that leads to all kinds of other problems in their life.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and they forgot about the anxiety, but it's still there.
Yeah.
So why not lean into what's causing the anxiety?
Right.
And suffer well through that. And what we find, it says not in Ephesians, in 1 Peter 4:1, it says, since Christ suffered in his own body, arm yourself with the same attitude.
Right.
Because whoever suffers in the body is done with sin. So instead of medicating it, lean into the reason.
Right.
And arm yourself. No. The way Jesus went to the cross is he didn't want to. It was not a good thing for him.
Right.
But he said, Lord, I want to glorify you in this process, whatever you want.
Yep.
Right? So leaning into your pain and your suffering and saying, God, I want to glorify you in this circumstance of my life.
That's right.
How do I glorify you rather than running from your pain and suffering?
Right.
So that's how you arm yourself, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. No, that was such a great point. Here's my question. Did you wait to give this message because it was the week of 420?
Oh, my God.
I don't know if you had that planned or was that?
Caleb's over here cracking up. It's true.
I just thought brilliant of you to wait for this message.
Yes, I did, Pastor. That's great.
Anyway, it was a great message, and what a topic that our whole world's dealing with right now.
It is. I got one other thing I need to clean up, because I said something and people were quoting me on the internet, and I realized I don't think I made that up. It just came out of me at the 9:00 service, and I got such a good reaction when I said it. I said it again at 10:45.
Yeah.
Is I said that feelings make horrible masters, but great servants.
Yeah.
And that is brilliant, but I did not think of that. I was like, last night I was laying in bed and I'm like, that's Dallas Willard. So I was just quoting Dallas Willard. I didn't even know it. It came out of me on stage. So I want to cite brilliance where brilliance is.
Absolutely. But a lot of times when things come to you, just because we're constantly reading stuff and learning, We don't always remember in the
Oh,
moment.
for sure. But when I can, I want to cite it. That was Dallas Willard's brilliance in my own words, basically.
Yeah. He is brilliant.
But anyway, it is. Your feelings make terrible masters.
That's a great
in your
quote.
life, right? So that's part of what, like, the problem with not embracing pain and suffering is because we let our feelings be the master.
Yeah.
So we run, we medicate, we push down, we deny, we pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
When really those feelings should serve you. Like, oh, I'm not feeling good about this. I should lean into why.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. That's hard work to do, though, to get to those levels, to dig deep enough to figure out why.
It is. And it requires what Pastor Mitch said, rigorous honesty, just being really honest about yourself and being okay.
Yeah.
When, like, things are not right in you.
Yeah.
It's okay to not be okay. The culture tells you, like, you're perfect how you are. We're not.
Yeah.
None of us are.
None of us.
Like, we should be getting better, but it's okay to also say, like, yeah, something's not right with me right now. It's okay, and I want to lean into that.
There's a passage in 1 Corinthians that says, discipline, though it seems unpleasant at the time, later will produce a harvest of righteousness for those who have been trained by it.
There you go.
And I love the honesty of that verse in Scripture that, like, it's not pleasant.
Yeah.
But later it's going to be awesome.
Fruit,
you know what I mean?
Fruit is cultivated, not manufactured. So yeah, that was the message yesterday.
Good message. If you guys haven't didn't get a chance to see it, go back, podcast, hit up our website, hit up our
YouTube channel, smash the
stuff.
Like button,
I
subscribe,
know.
all that stuff. We're trying to grow our YouTube following as well too. So please do that. That would be great.
Awesome. Good to see you guys.
See you guys.
Blessings.